Hello everyone. I am Jyotima. Welcome to today's Bio Vanguard talk. Today, our presenter is Rishabh Kamboj, and he will be presenting on the topic making beneficial use of wearable device data in patient care. Uh, uh, Let me introduce Rishabh. Rishabh is a research assistant at Renix Life Sciences, where he focuses on analyzing wearable data to extract valuable insights. His work includes utilizing metrics like heart rate, sleep patterns, and step counts to understand activity levels and sleep cycles, contributing to the advancements in healthcare analytics. He is currently a fourth year student pursuing BTech in electrical engineering at Indian Institute of Technology, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. Rishabh aspires to impact healthcare with integration of AI technology, aiming to transform complex time-consuming tasks such as cancer diagnosis and protein structure prediction into quick and efficient process, thereby enhancing accessibility and accuracy in medical science. So now, Rishabh, you can start.
Hello everyone, myself is Rishabh Kamboj, and today I'm going to talk about making the beneficial use of wearable device data in patient care. So, firstly, we need to understand what is the wearable devices. So, wearable devices are devices that people wears on their hand, let's say, to collect real-time heart rate data. These can be smartwatches, it can be fitness trackers, it can be heart rate monitors, and it allows for real-time uh, real-time monitoring of any health metrics for person so that we can make informed decisions before any emergency, or let's say a person can take care of his health. Second thing, the types of data that can be collected, that are firstly mostly that these there are various matrices that can be collected, but the most commons are heart rate and heart rhythm that we measure using BPM, beats per minute. Another is physical activity and steps that you can count how many steps you walk in a day or how many calories you have burnt in a day, or sleep patterns or blood oxygen levels, that is SpO2. We can also measure that also. Blood pressure and glucose levels for some devices. For some devices, we can measure the blood pressure and glucose levels also. And these all things requires different type of sensors involved in the behind in the electronics of the smartwatches. And another thing is why we do this, why we use wearable device data, what are its benefits. The first of the benefit is continuous monitoring. It enables a real-time tracking of patient health outside clinical settings. The patient can manage or can take care of his health. We can see the various matrices outside the clinic, let's say at home, at any area that is at a remote setting, it can be there. The second benefit, it is early detection of various health issues. We can see various, we can alert patient and providers to potential risk. Third thing is the enhanced patient management because it encourages the patient to take an active role in its health and see whether its health is deteriorating or is improving so that a person can take action against it or in favor of it. Another thing that the improvement is that it improves the chronic disease management. That is, there are various diseases that are health related, like let's say hypertension or any diabetes that is related to glucose levels. Hypertension is related to blood pressure. Person can see all these matrices and can take care of these disease so that he can avoid it. These are the some of the benefits. Another is the case studies. Key, we can see various case studies using variable devices. First case study is diabetes management with continuous glucose monitoring. We can see that there are devices, glucose monitors, blood glucose monitors. What they do is, with the help of sensors, they measure the blood pressure and glucose levels of a person. And we can see the glucose level of a person is decreasing or increasing like that. so that the person can take care. If glucose level, if a person is very high, let's say a high intake of sugar is there, then diabetes can happen to a person, and we can control that thing. Case study 2, we can see that there is arrhythmia detection with wearables. Arrhythmia is a kind of disease that is related to fast heartbeat or slow heartbeat or irregular heartbeat. There are two terms in it. There are fast heartbeat is related to a type cardia or slow heartbeat and irregular heartbeat. There are 4 to 5 types of arrhythmia diseases that are related to the irregular functioning of heartbeat, and we can track that disease because we can measure the bpm, beats per minute. We can monitor that thing, whether a person heart rate is actually regularly beating or is it beating fast heart rate, because it can cause many such disease. Let's say a person can pre- taking breath for a person becomes very difficult and chest pain happens. In that case, that can be a early detection and it can save. Another thing is the sleep tracking in patients with sleep disorders. There are some things like accelerometers that are present in the wearable devices that take care of these things. It tracks the sleep cycle of a person, let's say, whether a person, how much, how a person is getting, let's say, in the wake up periods or interruption periods during the sleep cycle of a person. We can take care of that thing. A person can take care whether its sleep is good or is a deep sleep, or whether that person is not getting a good sleep. It can be like that. Another thing is the challenges in using wearable device data in healthcare. The first of the challenge is data accuracy and reliability. That is the main challenge. Keep variability in data quality from different devices. Each device has its own measurement error and has its own unit. That unit can be standardized, but there are major differences in the measurement error in the manufacturing also. Some errors came out, and these errors are very important in the healthcare industry. So that is one challenge, that is data accuracy. Another thing is data privacy and security, ensuring that the patient data is protected under the policies and similar regulations which are enforced. Another is the integration with the health systems, because there is a centralized database for, let's say, any wearable device via app. Let's say we collect any kind of data, it goes to a cloud storage based something that is a central repository. It can be electronic heart records, records. It is like EHRS, where all the centralized database of healthcare of a person is, let's say, stored, and various health providers can use that data to do various kind of things, to various kind of research analysis, or various kind of, let's say, provide solutions, clinical solutions. It can be like that. So integration is difficult in that respect also. And how wearable data, that the data we provide, is integrated to the healthcare systems. The first process is devices collect and transmit the data via apps to a cloud-based storage. Another thing is there are various efforts like EHRS, that is electronic health records, integrating all that data into a single database like EHRS. The efforts like these are going on for standardized data exchange like this. Another thing is healthcare systems incorporating the wearable data to monitor the patient remotely. That is a various program, remote patient monitoring programs. It has gained much attraction in the recent years, because due to COVID-19, we have seen that hospitals are full and patients, and there is no bed for a patient. So what we can do is a person's wearable, let's say a person goes to his home or any other place, all that data can be monitored by the doctor in the hospital, or if there is any, let's say, emergency kind of situation, then we can admit that person to a hospital. If a person is let's say is now okay, and but it is not fully okay, so we uh, discharge that person and we monitor that person remotely. Let's say doctor monitors that person remotely, and if there is any discrepancy or there is any, let's say, something happens, then the doctor can admit that person. It is very cost effective method also. So this is like ki RPM technology improves the patient outcomes and cut the cost, and the global RPM systems will be worth over 1.7 billions by 2027, and it is most commonly used in US till now, not in India. It is commonly used in US and UK. Like, and what are the future opportunities for wearable data in patient care? The first thing is we can use the AI and ML to analyze the wearable data and predict any health related event before it occurs, so that we can provide a very good solution and a person health can be improved. Another thing is we can find individual data patterns. Let's say we can understand the heartbeat of a person, activity pattern of a person, sleep data of a person, and customize a patient care solution based on that person individual activities. Each person has its own activity pattern throughout the day. So we can customize that patient care solution based on that. That AI can make it scalable, because doing it by hand is not a scalable solution. AI can make it this solution very scalable. Another thing is we can use the aggregated data to understand the trend in the full market, in the public, let's say, and manage public health. If there is any trend that we are seeing, it is public. It means that it is a dangerous kind of thing. So there are various algorithms for it. We can see that there are support vector machines, various kind of ML algorithms are there, and various kind of classification, clustering, regression kind of things we can do to understand the data much more better using AI. And another thing is, but we need to ethical considerations and legal considerations while occupying the data and while using the data. First is data privacy. Key importance of when we are acquiring some person's data, we need to tell that person that we are using your data for this purpose. Importance of consent and transparency in data collection and use. Bias and accessibility, ensuring equitable access to. There should be not a bias like the data that we have is coming only from the rich peoples that can afford the wearables. It should not be like that. So data should not have bias. We should consider it also. There should not be a bias, and it should comply to the regulation standards. There are various regulation standards like GDPR, HIPAA. These are various healthcare data regulations. Another the takeaway that we have is wearable devices, they provide the valuable data, and there are various challenges also and various ethical considerations, privacy like that. We can we need to take care of that, but we can use that data because it's a very valuable data. We can use that data to extract various insights and make it much more better for patient care and customize it. And we can emphasize the potential of wearable devices is going to boom in the upcoming devices in the upcoming years also, because health is now because education, food, and home were the three priorities previously, but now health is also included uh, in that pillars, we can say. So health is a very important for a person, and for that person will buy the wearable device, so it is going to increase. So we should also cop up with that. So these are the references that I used for the health variables. So thank you. This was the brief intro how we can use the wearable devices to take care of the patient.
Thank you, Rishabh. Now the floor is open for Q&A session. We already have a question from Vijay sir. How much will the device accuracy affect the health predictions based on device data?
Device accuracy is very because device accuracy is very important. If how much it can affect that that we need that we can see from the data key from any survey we can see key how it will affect. There needs to be a survey for that. I think key we can take various devices and we can do a same kind of let's say a same kind of thing, and we let's say take 5 to 6 devices, and or we can take much more than that, and for each device we take out the data and we compare the data, and based on that data we get to the result. If we get to the same result, let's say with some precision or some kind of thing, then we can say ki it is correct, it is going to be correct, but there needs to be some floor for plus minus something like that ki it is not, it cannot be accurate, we cannot provide an accurate result like that. There needs to be a plus minus 2 to 5% like that. it, it can be.
So Anshuman has written also about a bias. He has written some sentences. I'm reading it. Like also about a bias. These devices generally used by people above above a certain financial status. So we never get the data of a huge chunk of population.
Hmm. Yes,
Okay,
that
that
is
is
correct.
interesting.
Yes, that is correct. That's the main drawback because the data that we get is from mostly from the rich people or from the upper middle class. So for that, we what we can do is we cannot do anything in that key, but we can only make it much more affordable. That can be an option. We can make it much more affordable, or what we can only that can be done. I think to make it accessible to all the peoples, to all the, or we can use any other metrics to collect the same data. Let's say from the poor section, we can collect the same data because poor section mainly goes to the government hospital, and we can collect their data from the government hospital. If it can be, if it can happen, the government gives the data, so that can be a thing. Or the main thing that we can do is make it much more affordable so that they can also buy it.
So I hope Rishabh has cleared all the doubts. There is no more questions in the question panel. So let's wrap up and thank you everyone for your presence and let's end the